45. There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager. Today is July 3rd, 2024. I am your host, D-Rock, and joining me as always is our NBA guru, my partner in crime, Elvis Acosta. E, how you doing today, kid?
Yo, I'm doing good. I'm doing great, man. Ready for the long weekend ahead of us. NBA free agency been pretty good so far. You know, I was hoping everything would just get out the way right away, but still some key free agents out there in the market. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We figured we'd go today and give you guys a Wednesday episode, have the long weekend, everyone enjoy their 4th of July with their family and friends. So that's why we are dropping on Wednesday. We'll be back on Monday, so no Friday episode for everyone this week. Go enjoy the break. And yeah, kid, we got free agency. As soon as we were done recording, overnight happened. Paul George, he agreed to a 4-year. We knew it, 4-year, $212 million max contract with the 76ers. The deal does include a player option as well. It gained a lot of steam, I think, within 24 hours. As soon as free agency opened up on Sunday, he met with the owners. I think it was a good fit. I called tampering just a little on Joel Embiid during the finals. But outside of that, sucks that he went to the 76ers. But objectively, I do think it is a good fit.
I think it was honestly one of the best fits for Paul George. Like I said on the last pod, Tobias Harris, he exited out. He signs with the Detroit Pistons. And Paul George could just come in and be a plug and play. He gets the long-term deal he wanted. He gets the money he wanted. And offensively, though, I'm not saying he's a third option, but he could easily transition into being a third option in his back half of his career at the age of 34. Think about it, though. You got Joel Embiid, who's still well in his prime, one of the best players in the NBA. Definitely, in my opinion, the best. Well, him and Joker. And Giannis, definitely top 3. You got Tyrese Maxey, who I think you feel about the same, who could honestly still take another step in becoming a better player, better point guard this upcoming season. And I think with Paul George, it's just a perfect fit. He can still play defense, and he can still give you, 18 to 30, not every night, but he can still give you 18 to 25, 30 points occasionally when needed. So I think it was just a perfect fit to get that third consistent score / all-star that Philadelphia needed on this loaded Eastern Conference.
Yeah, they do re-sign Maxey as well. He gets his big deal as well. 5-year, $204 million extension as well. It's fully guaranteed as well.
You know why? He took a little discount deal. He could have got 220, 240.
Yeah, he waited a year, allowed the 76ers to kind of maximize the salary cap a little bit. They landed another $200 million player in Paul George, and he's only 23. Tyrese Maxey will get another contract outside of this one. So, yeah, really good past few days here for him. Odds did change a little bit. They do.
They got a key vet in another addition in Eric Gordon as well, Dill. To me, that's another great signing. We don't expect Eric Gordon to be the Houston Rockets Eric Gordon, but we all know he could come in off the bench and he could heat up. He could definitely heat up.
I think that's the one position they kind of worry about in their starting lineup. I think he's a little vulnerable, a little obviously past his prime, still a good player, but they do re-sign their 2 guard as well, Kelly Oubre. He agreed to a 2-year, $16.3 million to stay. He also has a player option after the first year. So they re-signed their backcourt. They got Joel Embiid coming off a injury. He should be healthy to start, and they got their 4 in Paul or their 3 in Paul George. So yeah, they're locked. They have higher odds now than the New York Knicks in the East at plus 400. New York is at plus 450. Do you agree with the odds?
To win the East, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, not the finals. To win
No,
East.
yeah, not the finals.
Yeah, I just want it for the people out there so they
know.
Dude, I said it before the signing. I think with that move, I think the 76ers are just a little better than your Knicks. Your Knicks are deeper, yes. But with the star power of Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, who I think will become a little better, I think they're just slightly better. Not much. Not much. But I like their chances a little better than the Knicks. That's all, though. And I think even Vegas has it like that. About what,
Yeah.
50
Yeah.
50 cents?
Yeah, 50 cents plus 400 for the
Yeah.
76ers plus 450. The only two areas I think they're better than us at is the center. Clear. That's by far.
And not for nothing, losing Heidenstein, that's gonna be a loss still.
Oh,
I understand you got Mitchell, you're gonna have Randall back as well, but
Randall plays the 4, and I think that's the other position because obviously with the upgrade of Paul George, he's clearly better than Randall. So those are the two that I think I'd rather take Brunson over Maxey.
Yes.
I like our two guard.
But come playoff time, they play evenly.
100%.
So it balances out. I just, my opinion, I just think Philly's just slightly better. They got more star power.
They're so close. It's 1A, 1B regardless. I think if they played 100,
2A, 2B, Celtics still.
Oh, that's respectfully. But yeah, you did mention Isaiah Hartside. We knew we weren't going to be able to. We did offer him 4 years. We were only able to offer him $70 million for 4 years. He obviously didn't. It's fair, but at the end of the day, you went from a playoff team to now the number 1 seed in the West. And I think that's a big addition for OKC. He adds size that they need, skill, physicality, playoff experience as well. 3 years, $87 million. I can't be mad at him. It's a huge offseason as well for the Thunder. They add him, Alex Caruso. They are becoming a physical team now.
This is another great addition from OKC. I understand Hartenstein ain't a household name. He's not a superstar or none of that. But
above average, though.
Still, he's gonna go in there and cause havoc. He's gonna be liable to average 10 double digits rebounds. He could give you some points in the bucket. So I just feel like with this young Thunder team, this is just a great addition. Like you said, he got not the most playoff experience, but he's been there and done that. He went more games than the Thunder did this playoff run. And down low, though, I think in the Western Conference with the Jokers, Anthony Davises of the world and whatnot, Cat, Rudy, you need a big man in the West if you want to compete. We know that moving forward. So I think Hartenstein, he ain't a top dog like that, but defensively and on the glass, he's good enough to compete with those guys.
100%. I think it's an amazing fit. Of course, I wanted Isaiah Hartenstein to come back. I thought he gave a little lift for us in the postseason. He's a great job rebounding. He's physical. That's what the Knicks need. And, I've said this in the offseason. It was good getting Mikal Bridges and whatnot, but we need a center. So we have Mitchell Robinson. He gets injured a lot. Backup Chris Jericho out of the University of Texas. He's okay. He's a project, though. He saw very little limited minutes. So we'll see, but I think it's an amazing, and you could plug him right into the starting 5 here with the Thunder. So yeah, I think it's an amazing fit. Tobias Harris, we have to give it up for him. I mean, he's not the player he once was, but after the year he had with the 76ers, to go out and get 2 years, $52 million deal, and he's basically going back to Detroit. He's I don't know if he started his career there, but he was definitely in Detroit. I do think it is a good fit, though. In the locker room as well. They got a young core, developing roster. He's a vet. He could go in there and kind of help the players a little bit. I do think it's a good fit, but Tobias Harris, during his, I think he's played 10 years in the league, over $300 million in career earnings. Only 9 players have gotten there through the end of their tenure. So he is represented by his dad, Terrell Harris. So shout out his dad for getting him that money.
Yeah, Dale. Shout out his dad, his agent, for getting that deal. Because to be honest, with Tobias Harris,
he committed robbery. He
committed fraud. To be honest, like I think it was a 4 or 5 year deal, 160 from the 76ers. Bro, you finessed that, and then to leave out of that situation and get $50 million on top. I think Tobias Harris has one of the greatest NBA careers of all time. Not numbers, not stat wise, But people, the fact that this man is going to clear over $200 million,
300.
300. I think he averaged 6 points in this past playoffs. 6 points.
I could tell you, talking to Philly fans and just talking to Philly fans through Twitter and our friend group, it's the amount of money that they were paying him for him not to play, for him to
average 6 points.
I love seeing it, though. I loved it.
And not to be funny here, realistically, that move alone should worry you as a Knicks fan. The fact that Tobias Harris left, that starting lineup averaging 6 points in the playoffs, and replacing it with Paul George. That alone is a great move.
Yeah. And Nicholas Batum from the 76ers, he winds up leaving. He signs a 2-year deal, $9.6 million, to join the Clippers. And remember, we talked over the week.
He was on the Clippers as well a couple years back.
Yeah, so he's going. A lot of people returning back home. I mean, that's a good sign. He's on his tail end of his career, 2 years, $9.6 million. And remember, we talked on Monday where we thought the Mavs were going to re-sign Derrick Jones Jr. Here comes the Clippers. I think this is an amazing sign for them. 3 years, $30 million for Derrick Jones Jr. I think that's a really underrated move.
Yeah, if Kawhi Leonard just stays healthy this season, Clippers will be in the thick of things. I don't know if they're championship contenders, but with a healthy Kawhi Leonard and a supporting cast that's healthy enough and playing at a high level, I think the Clippers will be in conversations and contentions if healthy come playoff time realistically. I love this move, Dill. Derrick Jones Jr., like I said, he plays both sides of the ball. He won't give you, 15 to 20, but he's capable of doing it. Kawhi Leonard's still a dog. James Harden, I don't care what anybody say, he can still give you 20 and 10. To me, that's still great numbers, even as an aging superstar in James Harden is Russ. Still electric coming off the bench. I told you, my boy Nolan Powell, one of my favorite players coming off the bench. I'm pretty sure he's still a Clipper. So this Clippers team with Ty Lue as the head coach, if healthy come playoff time, I think this team is good enough and coached well enough to be in contentions. That's all I'm saying.
I think they're a playoff team, but I do think losing Paul George hurts. And we'll see how long or how many games Kawhi ends up playing this season. So I think they take a minor step back. I won't say major, but I do think it's hard to replace a Paul George. And yeah, Derrick Jones Jr., Nick Batum, they're good fits and role players, but they're not a Paul George, kid. And that's my issue. I think they will take a step back just slightly. Is that fair to say?
No, absolutely, Dill. But one thing I can honestly say is we yet to see a playoff run with both of them healthy. So how big of a loss is he really going to be?
Yeah, no, that's fair. They didn't have the most success over there in LA with the two. Big moves for the defending champs, Boston Celtics. They agreed to a 4-year, $125.9 million extension for Derek White. The deal does include a player option in that 4th year. So it was a huge offseason priority. And Jason Tatum gets the largest deal in NBA history. 5 years, $314 million super max contract extension. It's going to be a huge summer for Jason Tatum. NBA champion. He almost got the MVP. He gets the deal, and now he has a chance to go win gold in the Paris Olympics. So I think it was an amazing move. They need to keep this core together. Now they have the number 1 and number 2 largest contracts in NBA history. They're keeping their core 3 to 4 guys together, but eventually it's going to play a factor moving down. I don't think they're going to be able to sign as many people.
Yeah, but they could worry about that down the road, Dill. Because as of right now, Drew Holiday's tucked in. He's under contract.
Yep.
Tatum, Brown under contract. Derek White just gets another extension. You got Al Horford return. You got Kristaps Porzingis under contract. You still got, the role players like Pritchard and whatnot coming off the bench. Those guys are still under contract. I think they'll be just fine. And let's not forget, people, with these new deals every offseason with the NBA, with these contracts and whatnot, these TV deals, the cap goes up every year, little by little. So when they're going to have to redo these contracts for Tatum, for Brown, maybe even a Derek White, the cap will be a little better. And let's not forget, people, they just got $300 million each. They'll probably give the Boston Celtics a little discount in another 4 or 5 years from now. Yeah,
I agree. And it's crazy because this guy, the ownership is basically saying, hey, we're going to give all these contracts and let someone else figure it out.
Now they're trying to sell the team.
Exactly, because ownership group led by WYC Golspec, they're planning to make the franchise available to sale. The investment group purchased the team back in 2002. This is massive, I think, for just the sports because it's one of the most valuable properties. They just coming off a championship. And in a statement, the investment group says, quote, the Celtics will sell a majority interest in early 2024 and early 2025 with the balance closing in 2028. WYC Golspec will remain as the governor of the team until the second quarter of 2028 when the deal closes. So it's going to be a couple year process, but anybody want to start raising like at least 10 million? What do you think it goes for, kid? It has to go for a few billion.
I say the Celtics, the Cowboys is the most valued franchise. I think it's at 9.2 billion or something like that. I know it's around or under 10 billion. I think the Warriors is the highest NBA franchise at 7 billion.
So right now the Celtics worth, according to Forbes, out of 2023, 4.7 billion.
I say now they're worth at least 5. So I think they sell for 6 because you got to pay more than the value to buy an NBA franchise. You're gonna have to pay over.
What was the guy in the Clippers? He overpaid as well. I think a lot of people are gonna have to.
You have to.
So the starting rate is 6 billion, right?
No, the starting is 5 billion, but the thing is, you're gonna have other billionaires or other fund groups outbidding each other. So it's gonna go to the highest bidder. So they could list it for 5 billion, but Tom, Sandy, and Richard might bid it up to 5.8 billion.
Yeah,
because they want the team. If I had the money, I give them 5.5 right now.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
and I'll move them to Jersey.
So number one is the Warriors at 7.7 billion. Number 2 is the Knicks at 6.6 billion. Number 3 is the Lakers at 6.4 billion, and then the Celtics are fourth at 4.7. And how do we raise that much money? Because I would love to run the Celtics, if I'm being honest. We need $6 billion, though.
Still, $6 billion is damn near impossible. That's a lot of money. If we could possibly raise, I'm going to say 6 million.
Yeah, we could raise a few million.
With the right people, I think we could raise 6 million. Not 6 billion.
Imagine you come to the table with 6 million. They would laugh at us. We'll
get 1% done. We'll be 1% owners. If that,
no, not even. They would laugh at us. It's like coming to.
I think 1% is 60 million.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. But it's definitely going to be like an investment group, kind of like what these guys are right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a group like like Magic Johnson is part owner.
Yeah,
like A-Rod is part owner of the Timberwolves. It's just
and they just got millions.
Yeah,
they don't even got billions.
He owns Minnesota, right? He owns the
Timberwolves. A-Rod is on the Timberwolves.
But I'm pretty sure D Wade is on that as well.
Yes, he is. He's part of that group. I don't know what they're called, but
they all put up. They all put up like 100, 200 mil. You own.
We need millionaire friends like that. Because
we had to go to the league.
But no, that's insane. I can't wait for that. Boston Celtics is going to be sold, definitely. So, and they're valued at 4.7. They just won the championship. And by the way, in 2002, guess how much this group paid for it? I forgot to mention that.
What year?
2002.
2.5 billion.
No, it's in the millions.
Oh.
They got a deal.
600 million.
360 million.
Wow.
And now it's worth 4.7.
In 2002, that much money now is probably worth over $1 billion.
Yeah. But still, they definitely made more than on their
they made a killing.
And they won a couple of championships. So, let's go. Oh, and I think I'm burying the lead here too. Klay Thompson. We gave you a couple options on Monday. You went with the Lakers. His dad came out and was kind of upset. He goes, "Hey, I wish he would have went here to the Lakers." He winds up joining the Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million deal. It's a straight 3-year deal with a player option. And that does end his historic run with the with the Warriors. It's kind of a sign and trade. It's a multi-team trade. It's going to send Josh Green to Charlotte. Warriors and Mavericks. I think it was 2 second-round picks for Josh Green, and then one of those picks ends up to Golden State. Dallas sends 2 second-rounders to Golden State, and Dallas is sending its own 2031 second-round pick in the deal. And it's crazy that he signed a 3-year, $50 million deal because according to Woj, Shams, all the insiders, Thompson had 4-year offers for more money, but he was willing to take less to win his 5th championship. And a big thing, kid, is what you always say, the state taxes. The taxes winded up coming a big factor in this. And in Texas, no state tax.
I try to tell people all the time.
These millionaires, they worried about their money.
Soon as they got their big contracts, they got their rings already. Guess what? They just want to chill.
And this is Clay's last contract,
and he's getting all of it. He probably sees 40 something of it.
Yeah.
If he would have stood in, let's just say the Lakers or the Warriors, he signs let's just say an $80 million deal. He sees what 38 of that, maybe 42 max.
The man taking it.
Mm-hmm.
What you think, Mavs and Clay?
Personally, Dill, I think this is another great fit, Dill. I said a handful of teams for Clay just because he could honestly plug and play. He's one of the very few players in the league where he could plug and play for honestly any team in the NBA. He could come off the bench. He's most likely going to start, but if Jason Kidd needs him to come off the bench, I guarantee Klay Thompson wouldn't hesitate coming off the bench, especially if he's still going to get his 25 to 30 plus minutes a night. So I think it's a great fit. Klay Thompson is still one of the best shooters in the NBA. And then I forget, people, after that, I want to say incident, but, when Steve Kerr benched him and everything, and then after that, Klay Thompson averaged 20 plus points a game the remaining of the season after that move. So I still think Klay Thompson has juice left in the tank, and he can honestly help this Mavs team move forward to possibly win a championship. I think the Dallas Mavericks, if healthy, Luka, Kyrie, I think Derek Lively is going to be a little better this upcoming season. I know they lost Derrick Jones Jr., but Klay Thompson is nothing to laugh about. So I think the Mavericks, if healthy, are right there, one of the best teams in the West.
I don't. Does he start?
I don't think so. But
do you?
For $25 million a year, Dill, I think he has to. But is he gonna start 82? I doubt it.
No,
and
that's the thing.
I say coming off the bench, Dill, because is he gonna play the 3? Like
that's my question too. Yeah. He's not gonna play the 2.
Yeah, so to me, he has to either come off the bench, or if not, when you play a smaller team, maybe you could start 03. Because at the end, Luka is 6'7", 6'8". He's just bringing up the ball, so you can always guard your wing guy, and then Kyrie on the point, Klay on the guard. But in my opinion, I think he should either one come off the bench, or if two, if you want, play at the 3. It's just, can Klay Thompson play at a high level defensively night in and night out?
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. I don't know if he starts, but it would be interesting to see. I mean, he only started 69 games last season. He averaged 21.9 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2.4 assists. He shot 43% from the floor and a career low from 3, but he averaged about 4.4 threes. I don't know. I like Clay, but a lot worried me. I tweeted out during this season, I said, whoever winds up picking up Klay Thompson, because we all knew he was gone after this season anyway. I said they're gonna get themselves, a good vet guy, but I don't know if he's gonna play all these games. So they're paying a high price for kind of his history. I would say.
I think it's a good deal. Like you said, multiple reports. There was multiple offers at 4 years, 80 mil, 3 years, 70. I heard reports that the Warriors offered 2 years, $50 million. He took less money to go with the Dallas Mavericks. So I think it's personal now. I think it's personal.
Oh, 100%. We were talking about that on Monday. We thought it was personal. He sat there and watched other people get over $100 million while he basically was the one who helped create their dynasty. So very disrespectful. But yeah, it was very interesting. I thought it was a great fit, though. I said it on Monday. I thought he would go with the Mavs. It just seemed like that's what they need. They need a spot shooter, and I think Clay was the best one out there. Let's go to Orlando. Gary Harris Jr. He agreed to a 2-year, $15 million contract to stay with the Magic. It'll be his 5th year with Orlando, his 11th in the NBA. They also returned Mo Wagner, Franz Wagner's brother, 2-year, $22 million deal. He averaged 10 points, 4 rebounds in 80 games. And Jonathan Isaac they re-signed. So all three re-signed with the Magic. He agreed to a 5-year, $84 million extension. So they were signing a lot of their guys. You like that? Or they're kind of keeping their core together.
I like it, though. Let's not forget, this Magic team, at one point in this season, they were the 4th seed? They were balling at a high level, and I expect this young core to improve this upcoming season. I expect Paulo to be better. I expect the Wagner brothers to be better. So Gary Harris, to me, I still think he's great. Jonathan Isaac, he's solid though. I think he's quietly a very good underwear player, and that's why he's able to get that big money. So I love the fact that they're keeping the young core together. And I think the Mavericks know they're in a position to keep this young core tight and keep it going. Yes, they know they're not in title contentions this year or next year. But hey, 3-4 years from now, you keep building this young core, you might turn it into something when the Celtics are a little older. Your Knicks are a little older. Joel Embiid might be a little past his prime. So Paul George is up there as well. So and Giannis as well. So all those good teams in 3-4 years from now, we don't know what they're going to be. I like the fact that the Magic are keeping this young core together.
That's a good point, because when we're on our back half of the season or back half of those contracts, here comes the Orlando Magic, and at that point they've stayed together for 3, 4, 5 years.
They have the cap space to sign. Trust me, they wanted Paul George. They wanted to land a Donovan Mitchell. Trust me, they was on the phone trying to add a key potential superstar, and they just wasn't able to get it done.
Yeah, speaking of Donovan Mitchell, he agreed to a 3-year, $150.3 million extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers. It does have a player option within that 3rd year as well. I think it's good for both sides. I said it on Monday, kid. It gives the Cavs stability. He's their franchise player. He's under contract, not just for the next season, but for the next 3 seasons. And for Mitchell, I think this will be during his contract. He'd be his 10-year service into the league, and he still has one more time to get a contract. 5 years, maybe 300, 350 with 380. So he could get another one in 2027. I think it's a good fit for both teams. And apparently a significant part is what I read with Donovan Mitchell returning is his confidence in the GM, Kobe Altman, his vision to keep building around Mitchell and that championship contender team. They got a new coach. I guess Donovan Mitchell's bought in. I said I was worried on Monday, and I thought he was going to return because I didn't think the market, a lot of people were after him. Yes, teams were interested. They were definitely calling Cleveland like, hey, what's the story here with Donovan Mitchell? But I think they really wanted to keep him, not at the price, but I did think that it was the best fit to stay in Cleveland.
I don't feel that same way, just because, the East got a whole lot of better. You're starting with your New York Knicks. The Celtics coming right back. They running it back with the same team identically. The 76ers got better. The Bucks, if they stay healthy, they'll be better. So, in my opinion, if Donovan Mitchell's main goal is to win, Cleveland's not the best situation to win now. So I understand why he did the extension. A 3-year deal, so he's eligible if he's an All NBA player, which I think he will be. He's eligible for that 5 years, 380 super max, like how Tatum just got.
Yeah.
It will be 380 in 3 years from now, which is nuts. But he'll be eligible for a $350 to $380 million contract if he's an All NBA player. So that's why he did a 3-year deal instead of a 5-year deal. Like you said, he's still young, so he's able to get that one more large payday. And shout out to him to able to get this done. And I think this is a great deal for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The fact that you retain a superstar, you still a solid team. To me, they're like a top 5, top 6 seed in the East. If say a couple players get injured or whatnot, the Cavs could be in the thick of things. Donovan Mitchell's a superstar. Jared Allen, pretty good damn set. Evan Mobley, he's solid. I'm not gonna say he's great, but he's solid. Darius Garland, I don't know what it is, but they just have to play better. I think Darius Garland could be a great point guard in this league. Definitely an all-star caliber point guard. It's just with him and Donovan Mitchell, maybe Donovan Mitchell's just a little too ball dominant. But I love the move for Cleveland and don't love it for Donovan Mitchell if he wants to win right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially a 2-year deal. And like I said, he has that option in the third. If they suck and they can't get past that hump or that first round, then he could leave. He could go to a contender and get another contract. So but I agree with your point. I do think he's an all NBA player, which I do think he might maximize that contract. So business wise, it might be a good move for him to take just a 3-year deal now and get paid.
Yes, but if he
to
was
win.
to win,
yeah,
you have better chances to win.
No, I agree. I agree.
It's just because how much better the East got. Let's just say the Knicks don't get Bridges and the 76ers don't get Paul George. Okay, and let's just say the Celtics didn't resign Derek White. Okay, I can see Cleveland. All right, we can stay put and we could be in the middle of things this upcoming season, which they could possibly be. But with these additions with the East still, I just don't see it.
Yeah, everyone got better and they really didn't add anything. They're kind of running it back with the same squad that they had. So, no, I agree with your point. Let's go to the Warriors. Shout out our boy, Kyle Anderson, Jersey legend. He signed a 3-year deal, $27 million with the Golden State Warriors. He'll land with the Warriors on a sign and trade with Minnesota. Golden State is sending Minnesota a future second-round pick swap and cash in that sign and trade. And then he gets a new deal, 3 years, $27 million. Shout out Patterson Catholic, kid. What do you think?
Oh, shout out Kyle Anderson, Jersey owned. I think he deserves the money. And not for nothing, what's up with Minnesota just giving the Warriors great deals? They gave him Andrew Wiggins a couple years ago. Now they give him slow-mo Kyle Anderson. So, just shout out Kyle Anderson. He's been a great vet in this league for so many years, even back in the San Antonio days. I just think Kyle Anderson is a pro's pro. And I think he's a perfect fit just starting off the bench or just being a solid role player for any team, and especially for the Golden State Warriors, who maybe not expected to be in championship contending, but always going to be in the thick of things.
Yeah, and I remember when Minnesota was making their run over this postseason, he was part of that 8-9 man rotation. He gets playing time. He plays good defense. We know he's not the fastest guy out there, but he's good. He has good vision on the court. He was coached his first 3-4 years by Greg Popovich in the Spurs. Let's not forget, he is very coachable. He's been coached his whole career. So I think it's a great fit. And now he goes to another great coach in Steve Kerr. I think it's a great fit. He's been surrounded by great coaches his whole career. That really goes under the radar. But also, what just happened, Golden State, about like 5 minutes ago, Golden State, they're planning to hire Terry Stotts as their lead assistant coach and Jerry Stackhouse as an assistant as well. They're going to Steve Kerr's staff, and it both bring significant head coaching experience. Terry Stotts, he had a 9-year run with the Trailblazers. Stackhouse, he's been a G League head coach. He won the Southeast Conference head coach since his retirement as a player. So he's bringing some experienced guys on that coaching staff, maybe, boost them up, because like you were just saying, they're kind of in the play-in range right now in the West. So you bring in some veterans like Jerry Stackhouse and Terry Stotts. I think that could help Steve Kerr.
Yeah, I think so. Just because I said it, last season during the season, I think Steve Kerr is just losing his fastball just a little bit. I said this, last playoff run against the Lakers still. Remember when during the championship run in 2022, they'll just blow every team out coming out of halftime in the third quarter? Like that's how they won every game. Just a huge third quarter eruption offensively. And we didn't see that this season or even last season. So I just feel like Steve Kerr's just lost his fastball just a tad. You still got Steph Curry, one of the greatest players of all time, on your team. Draymond, one of the highest basketball IQs. Andrew Wiggins, solid, great player. You got some good young players like Kuminga and whatnot. So I still think the Warriors are still a solid, good team, but with losing Klay Thompson, being a playing team last season, Steph Curry getting up there in age, I don't expect Steph Curry to play more than 72 games. I'm gonna give him 70, and that's me being nice because we know he has ankle problems. I just feel like it's going to be possibly a tough season for the Warriors without Klay Thompson. But this is why you bring those extra coaches on the bench still to help Steve Kerr make those adjustments still, because it's going to be a little different without the Splash Brothers in the backcourt this season.
Oh, 100%. It's gonna, you know what they say, when something new happens, it's growing pains. They're gonna be bad before we start to see them be really good. So I agree, but I do think these two coaches helps. I love Jerry Stackhouse as a player as well. He was a legend. Lakers, they signed Bronny James to a multi-year guaranteed rookie contract as well. He will wear number 9. Did you see him and the other kid, Dalton Connect?
Yeah, I saw Bronny press game. Like press conference with Rob and JJ, and then they even like took pictures of the jerseys already.
Yeah.
I think it's just cool. Possibly seeing LeBron and Bronny on the court together, and I think Dalton, he could honestly turn into something special. We
Yeah, I
all know
agree.
the only reason he slipped is because the man is a grown man. He's 24. It's
Yeah.
like as a lottery pick, you want a 19 and 20-year-old to develop him towards the future, not a 24-year-old who could possibly only give you 4, 5, 6 good years.
Might be the steal of the draft. I agree, kid.
Yeah, he might be because at the end of the day, what we've been saying for months, still not just us, the whole media. This is arguably the weakest NBA draft in our lifetime.
Yeah. I can't wait for next year. Everyone's going to be tanking for Cooper Flag for next year. And then lastly, in the NBA, unfortunately, after 12 years, his time has come. Kemba Walker announces his retirement from the NBA. He played first, I want to say,
Charlotte Hornets.
I was trying to think of the years from 2011 to 2007, first 7 years with Charlotte. Then he played 2 years in Boston, 1 with New York, and then he ended in Dallas. But career points, 19.3 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He shot 41%, or I'll give him 41.9, 42% from the field. What a career for Kemba Walker. I mean, he had the Garden rocking in that 1 year.
Kemba Walker, I'm gonna say he lived up to expectations. Still, he gave you 19 a game. You just take out the stats. Yes, he wasn't able to win a championship, but I think Kemba Walker, after hitting one of the greatest shots in college history in the Big East tournament, right?
Yeah.
I think he lived up to expectations. Say what you want. I think Kemba Walker had a tremendous career. So shout out Kemba Walker, and I hope he enjoys his retirement.
Yeah, New York native from the Bronx, went to UConn to hit that step back in the Big East tournament. I mean, the kid is electric. So shout out him. I thought he did have a good career as well. Let's go to the NFL. Patriots. They re-signed Jalil Tavili. 3-year extension, base value of $15 million. It could be worth up to $20 million. He was entering his final year of the contracts, and the Patriots just continue their offseason of re-signing their guys. So big re-signing there for the linebacker for New England.
Yeah, another great, solid signing for a fair number for both sides. I love the fact that we're keeping the same pieces we had last season,
especially on defense.
We had a great defense, people. Don't let the record fool ya. At one point, teams couldn't score 10 points. We held the Chargers to 8 points. I'm telling you, though, our defense is a top 10 defense. I understand Bill Belichick's no longer there. Joel Mayo is a branch cut from the tree, though. He's going to be, I want to say identical, but he's going to be very similar in schemes as Bill Belichick was. Remember, let's not forget, people, this man is a multiple Super Bowl champion under Bill Belichick defense. He was the captain of the defense for multiple seasons. He knows that system in and out, and he's going to show to y'all why he was hired to be the head coach of the New England Patriots.
PFL, I'm thinking of the league. PFF, they released their best defenses in the league. Do you know who was rated number 1 defense?
Ravens?
Nah, I'm smiling. Kid. What do you think?
The Jets, bro.
Okay, They were ranked number one, the best secondary. I think that was without question. Best defensive line. I think that's debatable. And then the first linebacker group, which I don't think is debatable. So I agree with two of the three. I would question our defensive line, not releasing, but getting rid of Brees Huff. And I don't know what's going on with Hassan Reddick. I hope he shows up, but he wasn't showing up a little bit. But we were ranked the number one defense today from PFF. So
And where we at?
let me see. I was trying to look for it as you were talking about talking.
Should be top 10. Christian Gonzalez coming back. We still got Matthew Judon coming off the edge. Re-sign Branch, DT.
So
Jason
the
Jackson.
49ers were ranked second in defensive line and linebackers as well. I think they were ranked number second in.
Yeah, it
And
should
I-
be
and the-
49ers, Baltimore.
All right, PFF might be drunk. I think we're there, but PFF ranked us the top 5 offensive line with the additions.
Oh, nah. Yeah, that's a fraud. That's fraud.
Are you calling
five.
PFF a fraud now?
The Jets are nowhere top 5.
I'll say
Nowhere near.
I'll say we're top 10. Maybe not top 5. I agree with that. Not top 5, but top 10 with the additions that we signed.
We got to
Look,
see them play.
That's fair, and they got to stay healthy. I agree.
I don't wanna, yo, bro,
number
they're making
one, hold up.
assumptions. No. They're making assumptions. I'm done with this.
100% they are. 100%.
Move on.
Wait.
I'm going off facts of last season.
Okay, so facts of last year. Number 1 was Detroit, which I think we could agree they were. Number 2, Philadelphia. Number 3, Colts. Even though they did have a bad year, they still have a good offensive line. 4, Cleveland. They ranked Jets 5. 6, Atlanta. 7, Kansas City. 8, Buffalo. 9, Pittsburgh. And 10, Dallas. So we'll see. But I thought it was definitely interesting that they ranked the Jets. I got to find the official rankings to see where you guys are. But regardless, I think you guys are a top 10 defense. You guys were last year. Yeah, and I agree. I think regardless of the defense, it wasn't the defense that was the problem. You couldn't score points. That was the problem. Also,
He was out here beating teams 9-6.
yeah. Bill Belichick was
I cashed
done.
the under four straight weeks by a mile.
Yeah. I mean, you just take the team total for the other team under 2 because the defense was holding. It wasn't the problem. And that was without Christian Gonzalez too, your top rookie corner. Excited to see him play this year. Also, NFL suspends free agent safety Tashawn Gibson for 6 games. He is a free agent, but he spent the last 2 seasons with the 49ers and that special secondary. He was suspended 6 games due to a violation of PEDs. Likelihood he probably gets picked up after those 6 games. Probably not high, right, kid?
Yeah, he probably goes somewhere, needing a safety due to injury or whatnot. It's just a shame that you still, people still out there taking PEDs, even still at this level. I understand you might be coming off an injury or, maybe you think you're not as fast or whatever, but PEDs, man, just train a little harder, dog.
That's all we're asking for, kid.
Yeah, I understand if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, but maybe there's other ways to cheat, my boy.
Yeah, at least be a little better too. Like these people, they're like, and then they go, I don't know how it got in my body,
and then they always blame their trainer. Like,
yeah,
why
or like
drinking stuff.
They're like, they gave me this.
Why are you taking something you don't know what it is? You're a grown man. What?
And you're worth millions of dollars. Like you got to think about this.
Randomly that you saw on the bench at the gym. No, mom.
Yeah, it's crazy. But oh, by the way, we gotta talk about Copa America USA. Holy shit!
Oh man, disappointing.
First of all, bad, just awful.
Nah. First of all,
the ref was bad. I agree. I know.
First of all, plus 200 Uruguay.
Oh, I know. Let's go. We cashed that though. We do cash that, but there was no coaching. Christian Pulisic really was non-existent. The ref was just it was a free-for-all. The ref was just letting people rock. It's just sad because this country and these people here in America, I think they're brainwashed into thinking we're good at soccer. We're not good at soccer. I think we need to realize that we're a football country.
And never will be.
And never will be a soccer country. And I'm okay with that. I think everyone else has to come to grips with, oh shit, we're actually not a good country in
Yeah,
football and soccer.
we're
We're
bad at
we're
soccer.
bad. We're a football country, and I'd rather be a football country than a soccer country.
Yeah. So,
So yeah, it
not,
was terrible.
if all the people out there that feel bad about the U.S. soccer team, tell the world, let's have a football with helmets and pads, NFL rules, and see how we'll play against the world.
Yeah,
That will make y'all feel better. Cause soccer's not it, people.
no,
In
not
your
at all.
life, I'm gonna just breaking news, people. In your lifetime, USA soccer won't be good. Maybe when you're 60 or 70,
Maybe,
40, 50 years from now, maybe yeah, but
maybe,
not
but
no
no.
time soon.
No time soon. Kid, by the way, WNBA, we were right on it with the Sun. They wind up covering over the Mercury 83-72. We do cash the -1 as well. I should have, and I knew I should have talked myself into it. She did cash her over points prop with Jewel Lloyd. She's a bucket. She had 26. But they blew out the Wings at home. So I should have laid it again. And while we're recording, Angel Reese just continues to make history. 11th straight double-double. They're currently losing, or no, they're tied right now in the fourth. It's going down to the wire, 75-75 with 2 minutes left in the fourth. Angel Reese has 17 boards and 12 points. I mean,
God
she's just a
damn.
double machine, kid.
And she just got another rebound, so she might have 17,
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, she's ridiculous, kid. So she continues to make history. So we got a WNBA play towards the end of the end of the show. But before we get to our picks, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer in the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We favor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing a round of golf with the boys or Elderberry watching the Mets play the Braves, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. We got a 15-game slate here on a Wednesday on the Diamond. I got a few plays that I like, but I will let you lead it off, kid. We do have no day baseball tomorrow, but what do you like here first game?
Let's start it off. One of the first games of the day. The Boston Red Sox taking on the Miami Marlins. My boy Bello on the mound taking on Rogers. We're favored -142 on the money line. Over on the sitting at 8. Still going on the money line with the Red Sox. Still give me the Boston Red Sox on the money line. I would have said run line people with Bello. I wouldn't get shocked if he let up a few runs, but to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if he let up a few runs. Tends to give up hard contact, but I expect us to take care of business against the Marlins on the road. So give me the money line, a little sprinkle on the run line at +118, but I'm not going to force it on the road though. Give me the Red Sox on the money line.
First game for me is going to be that first game between Pittsburgh and the Cardinals. Jared Jones going for the Buccos. Miles Mikolas for the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Pirates here at home, -120. I see -125, so money is coming in on the Pirates, but I know Cardinals, I'm going to continue to fade them. I know they're 7-3 in their last 10. They've been playing much better. Pirates have kind of struggled here, but they are still over 500 at home. I just like this matchup. Miles Mikolas on the road has over a 5 ERA. I think this is a good matchup for the Pirates, and Jared Jones. The kid is the real deal. He's 5-6, but his ERA is good. He gets a lot of strikeouts. I like this kid, Jared Jones. Him and Paul Skeens are the future for the Pirates. So I like the Pirates here at home. I'm going to back them at -120 or -125, whatever you're able to get. What's your next play, kid?
We're gonna go over the border though. Let's go to Toronto. Houston Astros might be back taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Over on the sitting at 8.5. Game is basically at a pick 'em. I love the value here. Give me the hot. It might be back. Houston Astros -105 on the money line. You got Blanco on the line, who's been having a great season. The pitching hasn't been the issue for the Astros, really. It's just been the bats. Now they're finally waking up, putting some runs on the board, though, and getting back in the win column. Hey, Houston might be live for the division as well. I think they got the ball rolling. Give me Houston Astros on the money line -105.
Couldn't agree more. I got plus money at plus 101.
Woo!
I took them. They have the best pitcher in Ronel Blanco. You say Kikuchi. I like him, but
Solid.
he's at home. He's good. But up and down team, they are the hottest team right now in the majors. 9-1. They're just 3 games out of first place. They were in 4th place a month ago, kid. They are just 3 games out of first place behind Seattle. They're 9-1. Yeah, this is the hottest team with the best pitching. I think they're gonna smoke Yusei Kikuchi. I think the wrong team is favored. I agree. Give me Houston here on the money line.
All right, moving on up. Another game. I think the line is just too good to be true. Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Chicago Cubs, and your boy Zach Wheeler on the mound taking on. I'm not even going to butcher it. Who's been having a great season, 72 record, 3 ERA, but I understand with the pitching on the mound for both sides, but they'll give me the almost the 76ers. Well, Philly. The Philadelphia Phillies on the money line -126. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to lean the under. I think both pitchers have a chance to, have great outings. So I'm going to lean the under 8 -122, and I'm going to take the Phillies on the money line -126.
Imanaga. Yeah, I was. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Cubs last place though. I worry about them. They can't offensively. They've been struggling, so I do like that play for you, kid. For me, I'm gonna go out to Kansas City. Michael Wacha, your boy, going for the Royals, and Ryan Pepe going for the Rays. Pick them -108 both ways. Over under is at 9. I'm gonna take the Royals here, kid. They've been starting to heat up, coming back home. That's where they thrive. What are they? 30-16 at home this season. I think they're the much better team. Ryan Pepe, I do not like on the road. He gives up a lot of hard contact. Michael Wacha is the better pitcher. So pick them. I think Royals should be a little bigger of a favorite, maybe -130. Probably I would favor them up too. So I think we got the better team, better pitcher, better bats, better bullpen, just a better team. Bullpen by a mile. So you're all right, kid. Went down the wrong hole. Yeah.
I thought I was gonna move it on. I'm going right there with you. Give me Kansas City on the money line, Dill. Like you said, just to echo, Michael Wacha, former Red Sox great. He's the better pitcher. I think Kansas City's the much better team. And to be honest, I just don't trust Tampa Bay's bullpen. I barely trust them at home. I saw it live in person. You think I'm gonna trust them at home on the road against a pretty good Kansas City team? Bet you I won't, Dill. So give me Kansas City on the money line. Might lay 2 units on it.
Ooh. What I like here is maybe 1.5 units, and it's at plus money. But give me the Dodgers here on the run line. They're taking on the Diamondbacks. Jordan Montgomery, who he's good at home, but on the road he just gets shelled. And against one of the best teams and best lineups in baseball. I know Mookie's out, but it doesn't matter. They still have Shohei. It don't matter. Gavin Stone, under the radar season. I know people don't like him, but the young righty, 9-2 with a 2.73 ERA at home. I think he's going to thrive. I'm going to take the Dodgers here to win on the run line. -1.5 at +125. I think that's great value here with the Dodgers on the run line. So last play for me, Dodgers run line.
And then my last play is it's just a lean, people. The White Sox taking on Cleveland Guardians. The only thing that worries me is Gavin Williams making his first start of the season, so I don't know what to expect. But I expect the Guardians to bounce back. They've been struggling as a late loser 4 of the last 5. I think at home against the Chicago White Sox is a perfect way to bounce back. It's just Williams is a question mark for me, people. So I'm going to lean the run line at +120 with Williams on the mound. I just feel like Guardians, perfect time to bounce back at home.
All right, and let's go to the WNBA. Only one game here on a Wednesday, 8 o'clock in Dallas. The Wings hosting the Phoenix Mercury. Phoenix opened up -5, down to 4.5, so money coming in here on the Wings. Total opened up at 165, and that immediately got bet up. It's up to over under 168.5. How do you like this one, kid?
I'm gonna go with the Mercury on the road, Dale. To be honest, they just lost 2 tough games, one to the Fever, and then they lost to the Suns.
Connecticut. Yep.
Yeah, they got blown out the other night and Monday night. So now they're on the road. They played two tough losses at home. Now they're going on the road against one of the worst teams in the W. I think Mercury bounced back. Give me Phoenix -4.5 on the road.
Couldn't agree more. I love this spot for Phoenix. I think -4.5 is a good number. They've only played once, these two teams, and Phoenix did win in Dallas by 7 points. Phoenix, like you said, this is the perfect time to back them. Coming off 2 tough losses at home, now going on the road. Good spot for them to get back into the win column, where Dallas just 2-8 in their last 10. They're 2-5 at home. They're just not a good team. I would play the over as well. I know it's high at 168, but the Wings just play absolutely no defense at all. 2 fast-paced teams. I think we're going to see a lot of points. So I would lean over. I would love the 165 with the initial, but it's sped up for a reason. But I do like Phoenix here, -4.5. Kid, anything else before we get up out of here? We got July 4th off for the family.
Yeah, for all the listeners out there that's gonna be tuning in, man, just enjoy your July 4th. God bless in America, and please, people, don't drink and drive because they're gonna be out here. They know we don't. Y'all gonna be off Thursday, so Wednesday night, be careful. Thursday night is gonna be a Zoovie. Friday night, enjoy yourself, people. Enjoy the extended weekend, and God bless America.
Couldn't have said it better, kid. Enjoy your holiday break with the family. Tell everyone I said hi. Everyone, good luck. That is going to do it for, an old school Wednesday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, make sure you guys follow along our social media, Twitter and Instagram at the Dream Wager. You guys can find all of our episodes. You even missed one wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We go live on YouTube as well. So hit that like button, subscribe, rate, review. Leave in the comments who you'll be betting on this week. All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great week. Happy 4th of July, and we will see you on Monday. God bless America.